Hey,
Hey, Steph, you can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Let me share it to a few people and then we can get started.
Okay. Me too. You. Thank you. Sorry about your uncle. You're frozen.
Steph, I'm back. I'm still here. I'm just sharing it out to a couple more people that wanted to watch and then we can get started.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No problem.
All right. Steph, I'm back. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Hello,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Real Talk Real Solutions podcast. I have a very special and amazing guest here, Steph Ricci. That's the correct pronunciation of your last name, right? Ricci.
Yes.
Steph Ricci, who has an amazing story from 1989 when she flatlined from a stroke and went to the afterlife. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's just start on the day that your near death experience happened, Steph.
Okay. This is what happened. It was 1989. I was 19, and I was driving down to the city to the Knick game because we love the Knicks. And my boyfriend was in the passenger seat with a broken foot. So I was driving and we were on the FDR and I had a pain in my head, like here, and it shot up. And I kind of just went like that because I
Steph, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. It just started kind of glitching a little bit. Can you start over? I'm sorry. I think we missed an important part.
no, it's fine. So it was 1989. I was 19, driving down to the city with my boyfriend who had a broken foot. So I was driving and I had a pain in my head over here and it shot up and I went like that, to shake it off. You know how we shake stuff off? So when I did that, um, all of a sudden everything from my head to my toes started tingling. And of course I didn't know what that was. So it was tingling and then my vision started to get blurry. So I said to Kevin, my boyfriend, I was like, I can't focus. I can't see where I'm going. So he grabbed the wheel and he tried to help me. And then we got over to the side of the road because there was a cop there. No, so first we got over. We switched seats, and I think the cop was there that time, and I was kind of like in and out of it. That whole scene, it was weird. So there was a cop there. He said maybe her blood sugar's low. Go get her a chocolate bar. So we went. We got off the FDR, and I don't remember him giving me the chocolate bar or anything like that. All I remember is my vision just I couldn't see, and I was panicking, and he said he was gonna call an ambulance. I don't really remember him saying that, but I do remember hearing him on the payphone calling an ambulance. And I got so scared because I was totally blind at this point. So I started crawling on, in the city, on the street, screaming for him because I could hear him. And then I heard people coming toward me. I heard this lady's heels. I remember her heels. And people just asking me if I was okay, but I was in and out of it. And then the paramedics showed up, and I remember them flashing a light in my eye. But that's all I remember from then until I ended up at New York Medical. And so I was there, and I don't remember much, but I was in this, I was by myself in this room, and
Well, look, let me ask you a question before you get. Oh, so are you still conscious at this point while you were by yourself in the room, or had you crossed
no,
over
I
at this
was
point?
in and out. Like I don't remember. The only reason I remember the room is because that's where I left my body. So I remember seeing my body and right. So I'm in this room by myself. I remember a little bit like getting to the hospital. It's fragmented. Like I can't really piece any of it together except for this part. So I'm in this room by myself, and all of a sudden I was just out of my body. And I do remember looking, and it was there, right? And I was really high up, and I went through the wall, and then I went down the hallway, this long hallway, and I said this before that I remembered the lights, those I don't know how old you are, but I'm old now, but those fluorescent lights like that they have in school and stuff back in the 80s. So those lights I remember, and actually I remember thinking like, wow, this is cool. Like this is kind of fun. So I started going like really fast. And no, I was doing it, and I was actually enjoying it. Are we glitching? Are you good? Okay. So, so I was really up high, right? And then I went down this hallway, and I went through another wall, and it was the morgue. Like I remember the silver compartments, the whatever they are, chrome. And there was two doctors, and I was up above the doctors' heads. One was bald, but I remember their jackets and their accents, their Scandinavian accents, and they were talking about the person on the gurney that was getting ready to go into their compartment, and, and I thought it was me because I saw hair that looked like mine, but but obviously it wasn't me because I was here and my body was there, but I almost feel like I was in a different, um, timeline, like a different dimension, because I really do believe that so much is going on all at once that it could be possible that I did die in that in some other dimension. But anyway, so I was up there and I saw the hair thing and wondering if it was me. And I went down ceiling above the doctors' heads, like right here. They were here, and like they were above them, looking, at the gurney with the person on it. So as soon as I thought of if it was me, I ended up there. I wanted to like see if it was me or not, and it was covered with the sheet, and before I could look, like, I almost felt like I wanted to stick my head in the sheet, but before I could do that, I was pulled back by the white silver cord, right? I remember that too. I remember seeing that. And, mine was like you could see through it. It was, what's the word? Iridescent. I could see. Translucent. Yes, thank you, translucent. Yeah, that's what it looked like, but there was, like it was, like, shimmery, right? So, it pulled me, and I went backwards. Like, it pulled me, and I went backwards through the walls, through the wall, down the hall, up by the lights. I remember those seeing those again, and then I went back into the room where my body was, and I slammed into my body so hard, like when you've got an electric shock when you're a kid or whatever, like a million times worse than that. Like it slammed so hard that I feel like my teeth, like I could feel my teeth like clench. So anyway, so that happened, and then my eyes popped open, and the first thing I thought of is that I could see, like I wasn't blind anymore for whatever reason. I knew, like that's the first thought that came to my head, like, wow, okay, I'm okay, I can see. And later on through the years, like I know that that was a divine healing, no doubt in my mind that I was healed. Um, they never found out what was wrong with me. I I don't know. They didn't give me an MRI. I don't know if they had them there in 1989, but every other test came out that I was fine. And then and they were just trying to figure it out. So they diagnosed me with like anxiety and said I had a nervous breakdown and sent me with home with pills, which I never took. And and that was one of the things, you know, that's what happened. And it was scary because I couldn't talk about it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I was 19. It wasn't talked about in my house. We didn't, if you go to church, you go to church, and that's pretty much it. But I remember when I was little, like I would cry all the time for Jesus. Like I miss Jesus. I remember that when I was little. And I don't know, just like that, just missing him so much. I remember crying about that at night to my mom. No, no, I didn't get it. I didn't understand anything at that moment. No, nothing. And then, like, I felt like maybe, like, did that even happen? But it's so clear even to this day. And I don't question it anymore. I'm almost 60. It's been a long time since it happened, and I don't question it. And there's other things that have happened that just clarify it, but I'm always skeptical. I'm always a skeptic. But even when it's so in my face, I can be like that. No, I don't fear death. Suffering is my biggest fear because it's suffering and struggle and seeing somebody sick. Like, my mom was sick for 11 years, and when she passed, it killed me. Like, I had that lump in my throat. I don't know if you've ever felt that. It's the worst feeling in the world. And it's just heart-wrenching. So that's my biggest fear. But death, but no, I don't know what happens, but I have faith, and I know that we go on. We go on. Yeah, yeah. It's just a complete transition, immediate. Like, it is, and it's not scary at all. No, I didn't see anything in the afterlife. The only thing I saw was the hospital where I was, and those 2 years. Yeah, I've had other spiritual things happen to me, but yeah, no, it went through my hand. Yes, there was a suction. It was a suction, and okay, so this is what happened. So she was sick for a long time, and it was the end. It was 11 years, and she was dying, and it was a long process, a 5-day process in the hospital with her. But I stayed with her, and um, my sister had come this night, and we were hanging out with my mom and stuff. And at this point, her head, my mother's head, was up like this because they give them drugs, right? And they just kind of zone out and off. So it was 2 days of that, like her head up like that. And my sister came, and she said, "Okay, well, mom, I'm going to go. So either you have to leave tonight, or you're going to have to wait until I get back here tomorrow after work." Because she worked full time. So she'd tell my mom, like, either go now, or you're going to have to wait another 24 hours, right? So my mom, when my sister said that, my mom put her head forward. Now she's looking at us. I was sitting next to her on her bed, and my sister was standing next to me, and I don't know why I did it, but I put my left hand on her chest to feel her heartbeat. And when I did that, the whole room got so heavy. The air was so heavy, at my ears hurt, like when you're coming down, landing in an airplane, how your ears can hurt. That's how my ears felt. Like they were killing me. They hurt so bad. I couldn't move. I felt like there is so many people in the room, and my hands on her chest, and she's looking at us, and she's opening and closing her mouth 3 times. And then what else did she do? Oh, she was blinking her eyes 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And I didn't get it. I'm like, what is she was saying to my sister? And she said, oh, she's saying she loves us, you know. she's leaving. So I said, "Oh, mom, okay, I love you so much." And she looked really cute that night. She just was cute anyway. But so my hand's on her chest and she's doing this. And all of a sudden, and I still can't move. I'm like this. All of a sudden, I feel this wisp. It was a suction. It was like a little vacuum suction, and right up. And she went to the left corner. It was my left hand on her chest, and she went like that. And as soon as she left, as soon as she went through, I can still feel it, Mike. I mentioned that too in the other interview. Like when I talk about it and I get excited because it was so amazing. It was so incredible. I can't even explain it, but all I want to do is just try to help somebody understand that it's not the end. Like we're going somewhere. I don't know where, but I do believe we're going to where a good place. So when she went through my hand, um, everything lifted. Like all the pressure lifted, my ears didn't hurt anymore, and I just sat there like, "Oh my god," like I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I was just like amazed of what just had happened to me and felt very, very blessed, of course, and still do. But it's not something like I couldn't even tell my sister. I couldn't tell anybody because it's just too weird for some people, you know? Yes, and there's other things, like, when I was this is another thing, I was walking, I was, like, 14, turning 15, and I was walking down the street to McDonald's because we lived on the street McDonald's, and this guy was outside, working on his car, and I had a crush on him. He was and we all had a crush on him, right? His name was Anthony Ritchie. So, and when I was walking and I heard a voice say, "There, that's your husband." What? Like, I ignored it, like, I ignore everything, I'm just like, "Oh, okay." Not that I ignore it, but I just kind of accept it immediately, so, and it turned out to be we got married in 1996, but we're not together at all that whole the time, and that happened. Um, what else? Oh my god. Lots of I don't know, but I feel like it's just a close connection to my creator, and I feel like he was just like, "Oh, there he is, like, hi," like showing me. Oh, and then one time when I was young, I was like 9, and there's other things, but I can't remember. I have to write stuff down. So, I was 9 years old, and this is like certain things stick out, like this story too. I was 9 riding my bicycle, not paying attention, and I felt a force because I almost got hit by a car like this close, but a force pushed my bike so I made it across the street and didn't get hit by the car. And I felt that like that was incredible. But again, I just got up, went got on my bike and just kept going. Like, I just didn't tell anybody. Like crazy. Yeah, I know, I know. I understand that whole thing, but I don't believe it. I don't feel it. I feel I'm so protected. Every day I imagine the white light around me and the protection of Jesus, and I don't fear any of that because none of that can touch me. And I don't know, like, everybody's entitled to feel the way they do, right? But I don't think there's anything evil in it. I mean, there is evil, of course, there's black magic, there's all kinds of evil stuff, but there's also divine, which this is, I feel.
This is really unconventional what I'm gonna do right now. Because do you mind if I tell you like an experience that I had, a short experience that I've had?
Yeah, tell me.
It's really unconventional because I'm supposed to be interviewing you,
No, it's
but
not. No, this is good. This is better. It's good like this.
so there was a I had my mother has reached out to me several times throughout the years. So I had a visitation from my mother one time. I was so you know how like in this dream I was having, you know how like when you are about to board an airplane, you walk through that little tube thing to board the plane.
Mhm.
This wasn't like that. I don't know if you've ever flown in a plane where it's like on the ground and you kind of walk up the steps.
Yes.
So we were it was a scenario like that. It was some of my family members, myself, and I had this knowingness that we were going on a trip, and I knew my mother was there. Um, and my mother passed away in 1993, but my aunt was like standing in my mother's way, and I was like, "Gosh, I hope she, just hurry up and move. I hope she will just move out of the way." Like my aunt was literally standing in my mother's way, and I couldn't see her face. But my aunt actually stepped aside, and then I could see my mother standing there. She had on like a burgundy shirt, and she looked just like she did in 1993 when she passed away. And but her face was kind of like blurred out, but it would come into focus, and then it would go out of focus and just back and forth, like in and out of focus. And my mother and I hugged and embraced, and
Oh,
the feeling was so intense, like my body, my psyche could not handle it. I literally had to like joke myself like that to like wake myself up out of it, because the feeling was just something I never felt. It was just too much for my body and my psyche to contain. So I had to like joke myself out of it. So these things are real. Like when our loved ones go to the other side, they are not lost. It's the physical body that leaves us, not the soul. Like the soul cannot be destroyed. It's simply just a physical body, and we all still have the ability to communicate with these people. We just have to learn how.
absolutely. And I believe you saw your mother and felt your mother.
Hmm.
I do. I do. I've had
Yes.
things like that with people that are still alive, and I feel like we were together. Like I was speaking to you. Like I guess it's lucid dreams. I don't know I think it's called lucid dream, where you just feel like it's real. It's real. It's as real
Hmm.
as this. Like it's yeah. I I don't think it's anything bad. No, embrace
Right.
it. Feel blessed for that. You're lucky. Nothing's
Yes. Thank you.
hard.
And so, pardon me. I'm sorry.
I said nothing will harm you. Nothing. You have
Yes.
you have God, you know evil exists. We all know it does. It's real, but we deny it, at all times.
Do you have any other experiences to share?
What else was I gonna share with you? The time where I was in the Christian church and I was going through my divorce and I had gone to this service because I'll go anywhere. I'm not going to join, right? But I will go and I'll take the good that resonates with me. So I went to this Christian church and I was just in a sad space, and my friend took me there, and all of a sudden all these people around me were praying, you know, and I felt the heat from my bottom of my feet go all the way up, like this hot embracing, warm, comforting heat, right? And then I fell down to the ground. Like you see that happen. I've seen it happen in church, like in shows I watch. If I watch the Christian channels, So um and when I came to, I was like, whoa, whoa. And they were like, yeah, that's the Holy Spirit. You felt the Holy Spirit. So like that was very cool too. Like a lot of amazing things. And you know what else I was thinking of the other day? Like I was obsessed when I was born, like, when I was a kid, um, but I didn't tell anybody because I miss Jesus so much. I think, like, I don't know, I just have this feeling that, at first I was like, "I'm gonna be a nun," but I feel like maybe I was a nun in some other like, a past life. I thought about that the other day. I wanted to share that with you. So, yeah, I mean, what else? I saw a UFO with my son, which is great because I saw it with him, um, when we were driving. Maybe it was our government, I don't know what it was, but it came down like this, and as I was driving, it was hovering, and 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 then all of a sudden it just went like that, just left us, and I don't know, I hear things. I can hear my grandparents call me still in their house, and I answer like them, like them. Grandma died when I was 10, and my grandpa died when I was 14, but we still have the house, and I can still hear them call me, and I answer because it happens quickly, and I f yeah, yes. Yeah, you just know. It's like that's what I mean, like, you just know that it's good, you just know that it's okay, but it doesn't happen overnight. It took me years to figure things out and study different writers and people who have experienced things like I have. And it's a mystery. Like I don't know. Do any of us really know? I mean, we know that there's something else, but there's so much more than just something else. There's like a million something elses. But yeah, no, I just think that it's a school here. I think we're supposed to learn maybe what we are not. And just to be good and to be kind, and it's just constant tests. I feel like I'm just constantly being tested in every on every level, and none and it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to walk this straight line for me anyway. But it's an adventure, and it's an experience, and we're blessed. We're blessed to be here. Yes, I agree. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. And some of the challenges are so hard. Like, we're so lucky here in this country. We complain a lot, but we're really blessed when you take a look around what's going on, you know? Yeah. Oh, to be kind, to always be kind and to be open, not to fear. It's so hard to say don't fear death. Like if you don't experience certain things, it's hard to believe that. It really is. And I get that. I totally get it. But read. There's so many. Oh, you know who? Betty Eady. I think I'm saying her name right. Embraced by the Light. That's a great. It's beautiful, and it resonated with me. Like when I read it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right. Like I felt okay. Like there's certain things in that book that made me click, things click a little bit. Also The Journey of Souls, Michael Newton's really great. Um, Raymond Moody, did you read his? He's my first one I read because I was like, what? Yeah. That's what I was doing. Like I was searching to find out what the heck happened because I couldn't talk about it and I didn't know what happened. So I went on the whole thing and he was the first book I read. So thank God for him. I know. 70s 70 something, late 70, maybe, yeah, but I discovered that book in '89 when that happened because I just went, like, and the depression after that was horrible. Like, it changed. Don't know. I don't know, just it just hit me like a ton of bricks, but then a lot of other things surfaced from my childhood, which I blocked out. So it's just a lot. I don't really know, but it happened the way it happened. I'm sure I agreed to it, and it's just a constant, journey and learning and having faith. It's hard. Wait for it. Right. They are what they are, and it's good to talk about it because they didn't talk about it in 1989, really. So it's so healing for people to talk about it and not feel like a weirdo or crazy. And all those things you've experienced are real, Michael. Real. Like you're not imagining it. You're blessed. And your mom is there protecting you, and now your uncle's there. I just got goosebumps. Yep. There's no coincidences. That's just see, I got goosebumps. It's your mother's way of saying, like, "Here, I'm here. I'm with you. It's good." I love that story. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can feel spirits with me. Can you? Do you feel presence? Yeah, yeah. It's cool. You're so sweet, Michael. Thank you. Me too. And let's keep in touch. Okay, that sounds great. I look forward to that. It was my pleasure. Thank you. You too. Bye.